Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss bourbon and rye blends. This is destined to be the hottest thing going on in American whiskey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with Katie and Von Nieters.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, yes, we are asking the question, is bourbon or rye combos, is that going to be the next big thing? It sure seems like there's a lot of gravitational pull towards that. Knob Creek recently announced one. A lot of other brands doing that. So is this going to be the next big thing? I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yeah, I want to know if you all have participated in Prime Day on Amazon Prime, or if you're anti-Prime Day, pro-Prime Day. Oh, that's a tongue twister.
Oh, yeah.
Pro-Prime Day. Or been a victim of the Prime shopping with regret.
Okay. For me, do I participate in Prime Day? No, but kind of yes, because I order from Amazon probably every other day at least. I don't really go to the regular store. I just order everything from Amazon. Yeah, the only thing I'd go to the store for is if it's like an emergency thing. If it's any, I mean, oh man, I need tape. Oh, just Amazon cart, whatever it is. I just and if it's enough I think to order, then I'll order it. If it's just like tape and I don't need tape tomorrow, I'll just leave it in the cart till I'm ready to place an order. So I order from Amazon like all the time. So did I accidentally order on Prime Day? Yes. Did I take advantage of any deals? No, I didn't. No. So
Yeah,
I'm part of the stats, I think, because I did order on Prime Days.
Yeah.
Boost the numbers.
Yeah.
I didn't seek anything out specifically that had a good deal, but we order so often. Like, we call it the Amazon berry because they just leave it on the porch. And Chris is like,
Right.
the Amazon berry came. He comes here like 3 times a week. This whole neighborhood too. I think he hates all of us. But yeah, it's annoying. I didn't really look for anything special because we don't really need anything appliance-wise right now.
Yeah. Von Nieters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take advantage of it. I usually, everything that I want from Amazon, it's usually like the stuff that goes on sale on Prime Day is not the stuff that I want.
Okay.
So I did not participate.
We're going to guess Katie went big on Prime Day. Let's hear what we got here, Katie.
Yeah, I tried not to this year. I tried to abstain from Prime Day, and I made it till at least noon. And then I got a text from my mother in our family text chat about a deal. She's like, "Oh, have you checked this one out?" And it was something I was mildly interested in. So
Sure.
I clicked on the link just to look at it, and then I was sucked in to the Prime Day vortex. And it was a lot to escape. So I ended up with at least 6 different orders because I would order something and then I'd be like, oh, well, let's look here. What's on this category? And I kept coming up with things. Even the ones where I was like, I know that's not truly a great deal. They've just like artificially increased the regular price of it to make me think that it's like 60% off. I got a new like battery starter for a car, like in case your battery dies, so you don't have to jump it. You can just use this little battery block. I'm like, oh, what a great emergency tool to have. I got a new like touchless thermometer that you just hold up close to your forehead. I got like so much random stuff.
Gotta have that.
Not need. The most expensive though is I got a new really fancy espresso machine.
Okay.
Like real fancy.
Wow.
And then it arrived yesterday, and then I proceeded to not be able to know how to use it and spent a lot of time reading a manual.
I was like, do you know how to make the fancy espresso? No?
Nope. But so then they had a number you could call. So I called that, and I spent 45 minutes on hold. I will give them credit that their hold music was delightful. So I did it while we were eating dinner, and it was nice little background music. Someone finally answered. Started telling me that the steam function to make like my steamed milk to go to make a cappuccino was not working. Trying to work through that. And John walks up and turns the knob just a little bit further than what I was doing. Like I was turning it and getting to a stop, and I was being real delicate. He just went and like click, turned it the rest of the way, instantly worked. Really? So I am to the point that I bought this very fancy machine, and I don't even know how to turn the knobs correctly. Thanks to Prime Day.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think I only have to make 100 coffees with it though, and it will have saved me money from not going to Scooters. So
it pays for itself. It's free after that point.
Yeah, it's free after 100 coffees.
100 coffees, that thing's free.
So it's 8:00 at night, and I'm having a cappuccino right now.
By the end, you are just
with 4 shots of espresso in it. So I'll see y'all at 2 a.m.
Katie brought up something here that I want to ask you guys about. Last time you took your temperature or had your temperature taken outside of doctor hospital situation, so nothing involving a doctor at all. This is just yourself. Because I, as she was saying, I was like, I bet you my mom was the last person to take my temperature, probably when I was 14 years old or something, trying to get out of going to school, 15. I don't think as an adult I've ever taken my temperature. I don't think I have.
Nope. I know if I don't feel well. I don't really
know exactly.
know if I have a fever.
I'll feel my head and be like, I'm running a fever. Or I'll ask the wife, I'll be like, am I warm? Am I crazy or am I warm here?
The back of the hand method would be the most I did, probably. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got a fever, but I've never checked the temperature.
Well, I take that during COVID. Warren County for a while had some rules regarding fevers. And so, but I had COVID twice. And I didn't have a fever either time. So it was useless, but I did take, I went 4 years without needing one, and I decided that I should spend $20 on a fancy one.
Sure, gotta have it
on Prime Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about just some distilleries checked my temperature and stuff, but again, I almost count that as the hospital doctor situation. I didn't, I wasn't checking it myself. Von Nieters, last time temperature check.
I would say COVID, but no, I did test it because it was what was keeping me from going back to work, so I had to keep checking it till I was of temperature to go back to work.
Right. I remember that well. You were like, you don't get an accurate forehead. You have to do the rectal thermometer.
Yes. Of course.
Somebody told me at the shop today, if you get overheated and you call like an ambulance or something, like your heat stroke, they got this wand type of thing that's freezing, and they shove it up your ass to reduce your lower your core temperature quickly. Is this true? And if so, I'm staying outside the heat altogether. I'm never going outside again.
Somehow, in my head, I feel like they're lying to you, but in my head, it makes sense, right? Because if you get one of those corksicles that go in a water bottle, you're going to shove it up there and get cold faster. Why is your body not the same?
I'm imagining the situation in a Christmas where he licks the telephone pole and his tongue gets stuck to it, but just much worse.
Yeah, it's the opposite. The pole gets stuck instead of the tongue.
Yeah.
Eventually, it would just melt away, right?
You would hope. This is
to your pressure points on your wrist. Yes, that makes sense.
Right, sure. I'll deal with the heat stroke.
This is almost I'm afraid to Google.
You should Google that, McNew, for the show. Do it for the show. Yeah.
How do I even word this to the Google machine? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Frozen.
How?
Frozen.
That's all.
Would ice really be the best method then, or cold water?
I don't know. Well, they
like
showed.
juice form.
Yeah, he said it was like an icicle type of thing, and he seemed like it may have happened to this individual. I'm not sure. He seemed very
I
familiar.
don't know what kind of cut rate ambulance he's calling.
So,
Yeah, those weren't the paramedics.
about sticking stuff up your ass, but it does say packing their groin and armpits with ice packs can be effective.
Well, I would do that. I'm fine with that.
I have nothing about a butt popsicle. Can't find it.
A butt popsicle. Okay. McNew, last time you took your own temperature.
Definitely the COVID times.
We're throwing COVID out. It's too weird.
Yeah. No, outside of that, no. Like I just I'll know that I'm hot.
Right. Okay.
And then when I'm sick, I just go to bed and cocoon myself, and I'll just sweat it out and be fine in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
My bed
Sweat it out.
Sleep's always the good thing for that stuff.
Yeah.
Just sleep it out. Yeah. Which I'm good at sleeping, so that's good works out well for me. So yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Katie's outdoors. This may mess with her acoustics. Let's see. We'll start with her.
Oh boy. I've got some Old Monroe today.
Okay.
I thought I might have a bourbon rye. I did not, so I went with this.
Okay. Yeah. The acoustics, I'm telling you. This is going to come into play today.
I'm going to have to change all the settings now.
It's wide open. It's wide open. That was quiet. We did hear it. Certainly sloshy at the end, too. So we'll see what happens. McNew's next.
I have a Penelope Architect selected by Indiana Liquor Group.
Okay. Nothing. That was no noise. No noise. I'll go with Boo Rye. So I figured one of the originals of this trend that we've got going on, mixing bourbon and rye. So here we go. Probably Katie's might still be better. Mine, that was pretty weak. I've opened this one up a lot recently, so it was more show themed than thinking I was going to win. So Katie's got the lead, but Von Nieters has yet to go. So let's see what he's got.
I have a Knob Creek Bourbon and Rye.
Oh, nice.
You.
Okay, that's it. That's enough to do it. Pacey excellent. So yeah, no. So cheers, gang.
Ding.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about bourbon and rye blends. Is this a trend that we're going to see more of? We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking bourbon and rye blends.
Yes, we are. So we see it happening. I mean, the first one that I can remember is Chef's Collaboration from Jefferson's. So the Ed Lee and Trey Zoller, thing that was designed to pair with food, which is actually really good. I wish they'd start doing that one again. We talked a little bit about Chef Edward Lee about that when I talked to him. He wants to do it again too. So let's make this happen. I don't know. We're going to start an online petition or something. So that'd be kind of cool. But and now, we started seeing places like High West, craft distilleries doing it. And now we're starting to see big guys like Beam doing it with the Knob Creek one. What do we think about this? Is this going to be a trend? Because things tend to go, once one person or one distillery, I should say, starts doing something, everyone else seems to jump in when there's some success there. And it seems to be kind of getting hot right now. So what do you guys think?
I think some of the distilleries are struggling to find like a niche once you are a whiskey, once you're no longer like a bourbon, of kind of finding your next category. So I think the creation of the category is definitely helpful in getting people, if they like one, then they'll search out others. They make assumptions about it. So I think that's smart on the marketing side of it, but it kind of bothers me because I'm like, but then it's just whiskey. Like it's not bourbon anymore because you've mixed it with something
else. Nor is it rye.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
it's neither.
So I'm like, no, I think that's a good point though, Katie, because I feel like blended whiskeys used to be just like really taboo, where people were like absolutely ununderstood. It's trash, right? Like it wasn't good bourbon, so you had to make it good.
Yep.
I think that mindset has gone away, and I think it's exciting because there's excellent blenders out there, right? Like so many good ones where I'm excited to try something blended because I know somebody great was behind it usually.
Yeah. And part of the reason why blends get such a bad name was because to have blend on the label, you can also incorporate a neutral grain spirits. So, a lot of it. So you could do like 80% neutral grain spirits, call it a bourbon blend or a blend of bourbons and that. So it's the introduction of neutral grain spirits into blends is what kind of ruined things. But we're seeing the good companies not doing that. There's no neutral grain spirits in the ones that we talked about already on the show. So not really much of a thing because it makes for some pretty piss poor whiskey. So, well.
I guess that is good because I assume that if it's of higher quality, seeing the name of it. So I guess it is very effective in that point.
Right. Yeah.
I hated it initially, but now we're talking through it, and I like it better.
Yeah. What do you think? Von Nieters, you froze up there? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, I froze up, and then when I came back, Katie was talking, so I stopped.
Gotta be fast. I got cut in there fast. I'll cut you right off.
No, you guys make really good points that it is kind of just like another way to market a blended whiskey, but I kind of like it because it does clarify, what exactly is going to be in that bottle, as well as it's another to people that aren't, as into whiskey as like we are, that sees it on a shelf, it might open their eyes up to something new.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point too, because you're always going to get that person that's like, oh, I don't like rye. They probably do. They just don't know they do. So that's a good one to be like, well, here's a blend. It has the bourbon you already know you like. Try this. It's like a stepping stone too. I kind of like it in that aspect.
Yeah, I don't understand. There is this big part of the population that drinks American whiskey that's like, I don't like rye. And then they like bourbon that is high rye. And it's like, it's kind of the same thing. Some of them are so close to being, a rye. It's just a matter of a couple points here and there in that mash bill. But they shy away from it. But very interesting. So, we'll see. Does anybody have a favorite? What is that Knob Creek pretty good? I haven't tried the Knob Creek.
The Knob Creek is really good. I mean, as you can see, I've put some work in on it. It's there's
that
not
would be
much
a
left.
heel by many people's definitions.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to work on that heel thing. It's getting out of control. It's just getting out of so much so we may discontinue it.
All the
I'm close to just discontinuing it, and that'll be no more heel
Oh,
parties.
boy.
It'll be like that's the only way people are going to learn until they come to me and offer apologies for bringing non-heels
Written
or bringing.
apologies.
No, you need a bouncer. You need somebody at
think
the
so.
door that lets them in only if they have
A
heels.
heel bouncer. I love it.
Because
So I think
everything comes in there.
And then like a
with
sign,
heels.
like this much
Yeah.
is a heel. This
Right.
much is a sandal. This much is a tennis shoe. This much is a boot. Just keep going
Like,
up the shoe.
take a photo with a bottle with like a tape measure and be like, if it's over this, it is not a heel. Do not bring it. And then have somebody bounce them out. We measure every bottle when it comes in.
People try to they try to make their own rules. They're like, well, if I don't like it, that's the last pour because I'll never drink it again. So it's a heel. No, it's not. No, it's not.
And then you got them making excuses that the bottle's a weird shape or something. It's not a normal shape bottle. It's like, okay, well, turn it on its corner and you can see exactly how much would fit in a glass.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or have like a certain glass of a certain whatever ounces and pour it out. And if it goes over, you're just pouring all of it on the ground. And you're like, oh, you were wasteful today.
Yeah.
Everything above
You're
the
not
heel is
gonna
just dumped on the ground.
So, but you also get the people that are bringing, again, stuff that they don't like. They're also bringing people who are purging their collection of things that that they know is all terrible, but they're just intending to leave it there. It's someone else's problem. Then it's not sitting on their
Right.
shelf. So you get a lot of that, and it's like we don't have a heel party because I want to collect a bunch of shitty whiskey. That's not my thing. So yeah.
Also, wouldn't you be embarrassed as a guest to be like, I brought my worst whiskey? Who
Right.
You would think.
Right?
You would think. You would think. They were like, well,
you get a couple every time.
right. Yeah. And they're always, they always want to throw it back in your face that they're doing a good thing because, it's not for me, but everyone's palate's different. No, everyone here can taste that. And it's shit whiskey. It's going to be shit for everybody.
I hope that they hear this and feel called out, whoever you are.
Whoever you are, which is at the last heel party was like 80% of the people there. So you pretty much were addressing everybody that was there, other than maybe Von Nieters and a couple other ones. Yeah, they're bringing non-heels in there. Gokin brings in a handle that's halfway full, and he's like, "Oh, that's a heel." I'm like, no,
Is it?
No. You could fill a full 750 milliliter bottle out of what was in that thing. Oh, it's like that's not a heel. I'm sorry, that's not a heel. No. Oh, I was just offended. And then we had somebody bring in one that was like, it wasn't this product, but it was this full. It's just like, oh, well,
One pour.
It was like one or two
I
out
took
of
the
it.
heel out of it. It is minus the heel.
It's the reverse heel.
right.
Like,
So,
I
yeah.
misunderstood. I thought it was that I saved a heel for myself. We bring in the rest of the bottle.
right. So we need some further work on that if that's gonna continue. Then we may just have a series of other parties. Bring
I
in
like the
your
bouncer idea.
shitty whiskey,
I think it'd be
or the
fun.
bouncer.
Publicly shame people if they don't meet the requirements.
Sure. Who has bouncer vibes?
Bouncer vibes.
I'll bring my gavel. I'll just make orders of whether
Okay.
they come in or not.
You
Katie
have a
can be
judge,
there.
not a bouncer, the judge.
Yeah.
The judge. You got to pass through the judge.
Judge.
Got to pass through the judge. Yeah, I would love hearing that gavel striking and nope, out. That'd be an awesome party. So yeah, there you go. All right, on that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
All right, Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram at KatieProof.
All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's going to be abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. You never know what's going on there. We are available online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.